The dark truth about Machiavelli's psychology. What if I told you that one book written 500 years ago contains psychological tactics so powerful, so manipulative, that it's still banned in some places today? In 1513, an Italian diplomat wrote a political manual that would change history forever. But Niccolò Machiavelli didn't just write about politics. He revealed something darker, a brutally honest understanding of human nature that modern psychologists now recognize as disturbingly accurate. Today we're diving into Machiavellian psychology, the dark triad of personality traits, and whether understanding these tactics makes you dangerous or just aware. Let's get into it. Before we talk about dark psychology, you need to understand who Machiavelli actually was. And spoiler alert, he wasn't some evil villain plotting in a castle. Niccolò Machiavelli was born in Florence in 1469, during the Renaissance. He worked as a diplomat and political advisor during one of the most chaotic periods in Italian history. He witnessed betrayals, assassinations, foreign invasions, and the constant rise and fall of powerful families. Then in 1512, everything collapsed. The Medici family returned to power. Machiavelli was arrested, tortured, and exiled. Sitting in his small farmhouse with nothing but time, he wrote The Prince, a political guidebook dedicated to Lorenzo de' Medici. But here's what made it controversial. Machiavelli didn't write about how leaders should behave according to morality or religion. He wrote about how they actually behave when they want to gain and keep power. He ripped away the mask and showed the cold, calculated psychology underneath. And the Catholic Church? They hated it so much they put it on the index of forbidden books. The term Machiavellian became synonymous with manipulation and ruthlessness. So what exactly did Machiavelli teach? Let's break down the key psychological principles. Principle 1. The end justifies the means. Machiavelli believed that results matter more than methods. If you need to achieve a goal, morality is secondary. He wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This isn't just political advice. It's a psychological framework that prioritizes outcomes over ethics. Sound familiar? Modern corporate culture, social media influence, even dating strategies, they all have traces of this thinking. Principle 2. People are predictably self-interested. Here's where it gets dark. Machiavelli had a cynical view of human nature. He wrote, "Men are ungrateful, fickle, liars, and deceivers." He believed that people act primarily out of self-interest and fear, not loyalty or love. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Behavioral psychology has somewhat proven him right. Studies on cognitive biases, game theory, and social psychology show that humans consistently prioritize self-preservation and personal gain. Principle 3. Perception is reality. Machiavelli understood something that modern influencers and politicians know all too well. It doesn't matter what you are, it matters what people think you are. He wrote that a ruler must appear to be compassionate, faithful, and honest, even if they're not. Control the narrative, control reality. This is the foundation of propaganda, branding, and yes, social media personas. Principle 4. Strategic ruthlessness. Machiavelli advised that if cruelty is necessary, do it all at once, quickly and efficiently. Then show mercy afterwards so people remember the kindness, not the cruelty. This calculated approach to harm isn't about being evil for evil's sake. It's about understanding timing, impact, and human memory. It's cold, calculated, and disturbingly effective. The dark triad in modern psychology. Fast forward to modern psychology. In 2002, researchers identified something called the dark triad, 3 personality traits that often appear together. 1. Machiavellianism, manipulation and strategic exploitation of others. 2. Narcissism, excessive self-focus and entitlement. 3. Psychopathy, lack of empathy and impulsive behavior. People high in Machiavellianism share key traits. They're strategic, emotionally detached, focused on long-term goals, and willing to manipulate others to get what they want. Studies show that Machiavellian individuals are often successful in business, politics, and competitive fields. They're not necessarily violent or criminal, They're just ruthlessly pragmatic. But here's where it gets interesting. Researchers found that knowing about these tactics can actually protect you from them. Awareness is your best defense. Real-world examples. Think about it. How many times have you seen these tactics in action? The coworker who takes credit for teamwork, the influencer who manufactures drama for engagement, the politician who says one thing publicly and does another privately, the person who love bombs you, then pulls away to create anxiety. These aren't accidents. They're strategies. And they work because most people don't see them coming. The ethical question. So here's the question we need to ask. Is it wrong to understand Machiavellian psychology? I'd argue no. Understanding manipulation doesn't make you manipulative. It makes you informed. A knife can be used to hurt someone or to prepare a meal. The tool isn't good or evil. The intention behind it is. Machiavelli wasn't telling you to be ruthless. He was showing you how ruthless people think. And in a world where these tactics are being used, whether in business, relationships, or online, ignorance isn't innocence. It's vulnerability. The balance. The key is this. Understand the game, but don't lose yourself in it. Recognize manipulation when you see it. Understand strategic thinking. But don't abandon your values in the process. Because here's what Machiavelli got wrong. He assumed that fear and manipulation were sustainable strategies. But modern psychology shows that trust, cooperation, and genuine connection actually produce better long-term results. The most powerful people aren't always the most Machiavellian. They're the ones who understand these tactics but choose something better. So what's the takeaway? Machiavelli gave us a mirror to human nature, and yes, it's dark. But awareness of darkness doesn't make you dark. It makes you prepared. Study these tactics not to use them, but to recognize them. Understand the psychology not to manipulate others, but to protect yourself. Read The Prince not as a manual, but as a warning. Because in the end, the most Machiavellian move of all? Knowing the game so well that you can choose not to play it. What do you think? Is Machiavellian psychology something we should study or avoid? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video eye-opening, subscribe for more deep dives into psychology, philosophy, and the hidden forces that shape our world. Thanks for watching. Stay aware, stay thoughtful, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed.